with one of my boys, and then the next weekend she's throwing a party. So we all decide we're just gonna go grief the party. We're not gonna show up with any other intentions other than griefing it. I'm talking Minecraft fashions level griefing. We show up to the party, and she invites everybody except her ex. And she says he can't come, but all you guys can come. She actually tried to hook up with some of us. It was super messed up. She says he can't come, but you guys can. We're thinking, okay, we show up. First thing we do. One of my boys in his pants, he's carrying a trash bag. We take every single remote she has, TV remotes in the bag, Apple TV remote. None of us have an Apple TV in the bag. We then go to chargers. We're going through a kitchen. Oh, charger here, boom. We're going into the bedrooms. Charger, mine. Charger, mine. We even see like her computer. We unplug it, put all the cords in our bag. We now have all her remotes, all of her cords. We're thinking, what can we do next? Wi-Fi. We take the router, put it in the bag. You think we're done yet? Heck no. Everybody's in her basement. She's got a huge basement. She's super rich. We decide, we're gonna go to her parents' room. We're gonna take their lamp. We take some photos of her parents. We'll put it all in this bag. We don't know what we're gonna do with it. Why do we want photos of her parents? Who knows? And photo of her grandpa, boom, right in the bag. Might go to the spank bank later if I really want to. Eventually we get to this globe. She has a globe, and we're like, all right, yeah, fuck this globe. We put the globe in the bag. We have every single possession that you could possibly think of in this one trash bag. The trash bag is completely full with her possessions. She doesn't know we're upstairs. We leave the party with this bag full. We got it over our shoulders. We're trying to be like thieves running away. We get in the car, and first thing we do, we just bring it to the house, and we just saying, all right, well, I want this cord. I want the photo of her grandpa, whatever it may be. And next day, all over her Snapchat story, she's posting, guys, who took all my stuff? You guys wrecked my house. Oh yeah, one of my friends punched a hole in the wall. Who punched the picture of the hole? Who did this? If you know anything, please contact me. We're dying laughing. We're having like a watch party. We're putting it on our TV. All her stories. It's the funniest thing. And she goes, guys, whoever took the globe, please, I need that back. If my parents find out that globe is missing, they're gonna kill me. That's been in the family for, I don't know, 5 generations now. That globe means everything to me. And we're thinking, damn, like she just did my boy dirty after breaking up with him. Like, I was running a 2-man with my boy, and let's just say that the girl he had to be with was not up to his standards by any means. But he did me a huge favor. The next week, he comes up to me and he says, bro, I gotta ask a huge favor from you. And I'm like, sure, man, anything. You're my boy. What do you need? He said, no, it's a huge favor. I need you to run a 2-man with me. I was like, yeah, I got you. And he goes, no, you don't understand. This is a huge favor. Like, what you asked me to do last week, this is to the next level. And I said, bro, you took one for me. You got me with a bad chick. I'm gonna get you right. Because I repay my debts. I'll always repay my debts. The day comes, pick up my boy, and then we drive to his girl's house. Let's call her Kay. We pull up to Kay's house, and Kay walks outside, and she's just a normal looking girl. She gets in the car. She says, hey guys, how are you? Like, my friend Gab will be out in a minute. Okay, now Gab's still inside. I'm like, okay, yeah, no worries. And she goes, honestly, Padre, I can't believe you agreed to this, but I'm super thankful. Gab needed something like this in her life. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like, from what I've seen, she's very beautiful. I've never seen a picture of her. My boy never showed me a picture. Gab walks out of the house, and my jaw literally drops. I had just called this girl beautiful, and what I'm looking at is the second coming of Queso. I look at Kay, and I say, that's not Gab, that's Goliath. What the fuck am I doing here? There's no way we're going on a double date with Goliath. Guess what our first stop was? McDonald's. Guess what Goliath orders? The same McDonald's order as Queso. She has like 6 McChickens, 6 chicken nugget orders, 6 burgers. She got every single thing you could possibly think of. I have to be sitting across from this girl. My boy is sitting across from his girl. They're flirting. Eventually we go back to the crib, and y'all know how the 2-mans are. They start making out. I look at this girl, Goliath tries to start making out with me. I'm like, Goliath, I've been feeling really sick. She says, I don't care if you're sick. Like, honestly, I have a great immune system. I look at her and I was like, Goliath, I gotta go to the bathroom. I start fingers in my mouth, throwing up in the bathroom. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do at this point. Come out of the bathroom, I say, Goliath, I just threw up. I don't know. I think everything tonight might be a bad night for me. She says, I really don't care. She pulls out a pack of gum. She had the gum strapped. I chew the gum, and she just starts kissing me. She's kissing all of me. I didn't know what to do. I busted in my homie's mouth. Am I cooked? It all goes back to those 8th grade scavenger hunts. You know when those girls would go on the scavenger hunt, and they would be like, flirt with this guy for 100 points, prank call this guy for 100 points, hug this guy for 200 points. Well, me and my boys, we were in 8th grade. We were like, no, we're not doing any of that lame stuff. We're going to the next level. It would be like 100 points, give a homeless man a bag of McDonald's, then snatch it and run away. That's 100 points. Y'all don't want to know what we were doing for 200 points, and y'all definitely don't want to know what we were doing for 500 points. Now for 1,000 points, that's where things got interesting. We said we wanted to make this as competitive as possible. We were all a bunch of competitive hockey players, so we did the only logical thing that we could think of. 1,000 points was bust on your homie and then eat it. And that's like the maximum thing. It's like if you do the 1,000-point thing, you're guaranteed gonna win. So we're going into the last 10 minutes, we're adding up the scores, and my boys, we realize we're losing to this other team. In no circumstance were we gonna lose to that team. So I decided, you know what, boys, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bust on one of you. I don't care whether you're down or not. And that might be too far, but you know what? We were gonna win that game one way or another. So I did the only logical thing. Whipped it out, started doing my thing. After about 30 to 45 seconds, because I'm surrounded by all my homies, it took a little longer than normal. A thing splurts out all over him, but you know how there's sometimes that second wave? He kind of started laughing. He's like, oh my God. And as he's saying, oh my God, a nut rocket right into his mouth. Everybody starts tweaking. He starts tweaking. He starts trying to throw hands. But I got one thing on my mind, winning this game. So I go to where it was, put my mouth on it, swallow, boom. W. We won that game. I went on a date with Lizzo, and it wasn't because I wanted to. It wasn't because I was turned on by it, but it was because one of our fantasy football punishments, the punishment was you have to go on a date with this girl who was objectively over 300 pounds. We actually called her Vince Wilfork because we truly believed that if she went out there on the football field, she would be able to block better than some of our players. Our team wasn't very good in high school, yet Vince Wilfork, she was definitely pancaking somebody, bro. So I'm on the date with Vince, and everything's honestly going pretty well. She's pretty funny because, if you're that big and you're not funny, what are you, bro? Honestly, to all the Lizzos out there that are just mean, that are just arrogant, that feel entitled, you're all cooked. If you're not a funny Lizzo, you're banned for life. And then she hits me with well, my car has a pretty big back seat. If you want to go do it right now, we can watch a movie. And I'm like, bro, who do you think I am? Who do you think I am? But yeah, let's go to the back. Let's watch the movie. Because the jokes are going well. I'm having a good time. She's having a good time. I might as well go watch a movie with her. What's the worst thing that can happen? And at this point, I was down bad. I was just getting over a girl, and then Vince asked me to go to the back seat, and I'm like, nothing's gonna happen, bro. Nothing's gonna happen, bro. We turn on the movie, and it's a rom-com. I think it was called 50 First Dates or something. And I'm just thinking, like, as I'm watching the movie, wow, maybe personality is the only thing that matters, right? And I'm thinking, well, if personality is the only thing that matters, and Lizzo's pretty funny, hold up, does that make me attracted to Lizzo? So now I'm thinking, wait, what's going on here? Ain't no way that after one day with Lizzo, I'm actually getting turned on by her. So I look at Vince Wilfork and I go, look, I don't know what it is, but something about you, I really like you. And y'all gotta think I'm down bad at this point. Like, I haven't gotten butt in like a month. So Lizzo leans in and she starts kissing me. And I start kissing Lizzo and I start kissing Lizzo and everything's going great. And that's when my boys roll up to the car. All of them got their flash on. All of them taking photos. They're like, yo, Padre's getting with Vince. Padre's getting with Vince. They're like banging on the door. I'm like, get out of here, get out of here. What's the most down bad you've ever been? I don't know whether I'm supposed to be ashamed of this or proud of this because I did something that I don't think anybody has ever done. 5th grade, the same year as the bathroom incident. I'm at recess flirting with this girl. And you know me at recess, I either hoop or I play football. There's no in between. This girl, she was just standing at the side of the basketball game cheering me on, looking cute as ever. And I said, I gotta shoot my shot while I can. I have to shoot my shot while I can. So I went over to her and I said, you look so cute over there. I love how you cheer me on. And she says, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Let's go for a walk. And when you go for a walk in 5th grade, chat, when you go for a walk in 5th grade, that's how you know you made it. That's how you know you made it. So I'm going for this walk. I know in the back of my mind, I'm finna pipe. There's no scenario where I fumble this pipe. So we're going for the walk. I'm obviously W flirting. I asked, do you want a piece of gum? I have a pack of gum on me. You know I kept the gum strapped. Because if you're walking around in 5th grade without a piece of gum, what are you actually doing? You're not gonna get any girls if you don't have a pack of Trident spearmint gum on you at all times. You're just not gonna get anybody. She says, yes, I'd love a piece of gum. Thank you so much for asking. I'm like, I'm in. I'm so in. And eventually, walk ends, 20, 30 minutes of straight riz, and she's about to throw out the piece of gum. And I said, no, let me do that for you. Let me be a gentleman. I take her piece of gum, I put it in the wrapping, I put it in my pocket, and I'm gonna throw it away later. But that's where the problem lies. I didn't throw it away later. I went home that day, I put the gum in my mouth, and I beat one off. Am I cooked?
I got neck from a dude. Hold on. It all goes back to quarantine. Y'all remember during quarantine, there was nothing else to do other than beat off. I'm telling y'all, I would hit at least 11 beat offs a day. I was just down in the basement playing Fortnite with my boys, bricked up 24/7, knowing that there was no female that could come over and neck me up. That's all I wanted, bro. All I wanted is some neck. But finally, COVID's ending, the quarantine's ending, people are finally hanging out, and there's this girl I meet on Tinder. I'm like, ooh, your boy's about to tap. You know how you can kind of just tell when somebody's for the streets? This girl was definitely for the streets, but I didn't care, bro. I needed some neck. I slide in with my classic, and this is how you know if they're for the streets, the way that they respond to this message. If they say, ha ha ha, OMG, then they're for the streets. If they just block you, then, they're wifey material. So I hit her with a, are you an orphanage? Because I want to give you my kids. I'm telling y'all, it works every time if they're for the street. She says, ha ha ha, OMG, you're so funny. I'm like, man, baby. And so we make plans, right? I pick her up. We're going to Topgolf first, then we're going to a movie. We got a whole night planned ahead of us. But there's one thing on my mind, bro. I need to secure this neck. I'm telling you, if I didn't get neck at this point in my life, I was going to implode. It had been months and months and months. It was the longest dry spell I ever had. So we go to Topgolf, and she's hitting, boom, nuke, an absolute piss missile over the net. I'm like, damn, she's got it going on. She's way better than me, bro. She might have just drove that shit 350. And Topgolf ends, right? We get back in my car, and we're heading to the movie, and I tell her, I'm gonna be honest, I need neck, bro. I'm gonna be honest, I need neck. I just paid for Topgolf. That shit was like $50 a person for just an hour, and it's been so long. I've just been beating in the basement, bro. I've been bricked up in my basement. I just need you to neck me up. And that's when she says, okay, but there's something I need to tell you, right? I wasn't born a female. And I look at her and I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, I had a surgery done. There's nothing down there anymore. I just wanted to let you know, I wanted to be upfront about it because I got in trouble for not letting somebody know before. And so now I'm thinking about it, and I look at her and I look back at my thing, which is still fully bricked, right? That didn't even phase it. I thought maybe it was gonna go, down just a bit. Nah, I'm fully bricked still. I look at her and I go,
how much would it cost for you to suck meat? That's an easy question. $23.50. Let me break it down. The way I view the question is not how much would you suck meat for one time. This is more of a reoccurring type of situation. I want you to really think about it. How long would it take for you to finish someone till completion? Because me personally, bro, I know that I'm throating that, bro. I'm actually making the guy finish in 5 minutes or less. 5 minutes or less. So now let's do the math. If I finish a guy every single 5 minutes for an hour straight, that's 20 finishes per hour. $23.50 times 20 is $470. That's $470 an hour just for slobbing on some meat. Something that, by the way, we've all done at least once in our lives. Y'all can act like, oh no, Padre, you're sus for that. Now, I know damn well every single person watching this has at least sucked meat once. So don't even come into the comments saying that that's just me, bro. So now let's say you're working a 9 to 5 of just sucking meat. That's $3,760 a day. Shit, bro, if I'm making $3,000 a day, I'm not taking a single day off of work. You better believe 365 days of the year I am working. Shit, I might even go overdrive. I might work extra hours every day. But if you're just working a 9 to 5 for $23.50 per, you would make $1.372 million every single year. And I want to preface this by saying I obviously wouldn't do it for $23.50 if it's taxed. We gotta think taxing is not allowed in this because, first of all, how are you gonna even report that to the government? I'm sucking meat. That's what y'all gonna report. My job is sucking meat. Nah, none of this is taxed. This is all under the table. 1.3 million a year. I'm working for 10 years straight, and then I'm retiring, bro. I'm sucking meat every single day, every single hour, every single day for 10 years, bro. That's the method. Will slams down a pile of papers this big. It's every single message that has ever been sent in the hockey group chats and the Snap group chats. Now, we had 25 different hockey group chats. Now, the person that snitched was only in 2 of those group chats, so we honestly got lucky. But the first thing the assistant principal asked after slamming down this giant stack of papers on the desk is, why did you ask this person, let's call him M, why did you ask M to send pictures of his dong? And I said, well, here's the thing. When we're in the locker rooms, we all kind of just, hit each other's thing. We all kind of play with each other. Like there's a nut tapping game where whoever can tap somebody's nut and sprint away the quickest wins. We had a timer set up, so if you could tap M's dong and sprint to the bathroom quick enough, you'd win a prize. Anyways, that's besides the point. M's dong was legitimately at least a foot long. This kid had the biggest wiener I've ever seen in my life, and we never saw him get bricked in the locker room. There were these two kids that were freshmen on the team when I was a junior who literally, we were in the shower, they both got bricked up the same shower. It was extremely weird, and I still don't know how to feel about it because I was in the shower. But again, that's besides the point. Assistant principal slams on the desk. Why are you asking M to send pictures of his dong? Well, this is going to sound a little interesting, but M has a huge wiener, and it's kind of a meme on the team to see photos of M's dong. Then they said, have you ever sent a picture of your dong? And I said, oh shit, like I don't know what information they have. Like, do they know that I've done this? So I said maybe. And the assistant principal looks at me and he goes, what do you mean maybe? What do you mean maybe you've sent a picture of your schmeats before? And I said, well, and I had to quickly think because right now I'm like, they have police outside, I'm tweaking. And assistant principal says, what do you mean maybe? I said, well, here's the thing. I don't usually shave down there, and they always make fun of me for not shaving down there. So what I did was I shaved, and I sent a photo of it, but I put a heart over my weenie. And, bro, they cooked me. I ain't gonna lie. The police came in. Am I really that cooked for licking my homie's sack? It all goes back to 8th grade. I was with my boy. We were running a two-man before two-mans were even a thing. We were on a double date with two baddies. I'm talking way out of our league baddies. And you know your boy. We were gonna go to a movie. I was obviously gonna hit him with the arm around. Then after that, we were going to my house. Obviously, 8th grade, we had to have our parents pick us up and drive us home, but that's besides the point. We got back to my crib, and in the basement, I had set up a spin the bottle game, a twister game, and naturally a truth or dare game. You know your boy and spin the bottle. I'm spinning the bottle, and then it lands on my boy, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And they're like, you have to. I'm like, no, I'm not kissing my boy. And then they kissed. And they're like, see, now you have to. So I kind of look at my boy. He looks at me. He's like, fuck it. So we gave a little peck. A little peck, nothing more. I want to make that clear. It was just a peck. And so then after Spin the Bottle was ultimately a failure because we had to kiss each other like 3 times. I only kissed each of the girls once. So I'm actually cooked. I've now kissed my homie 3 more times than I've kissed either of these girls. So we move on to Twister. Obviously, Twister's going well. I'm telling her, oh, it says right hand on red, knowing damn well it says left leg on blue. But I know what I have to do. I have to lock in if I want to get a little cheeky feel, you dig? If I want to get a little spread. Anyways, eventually it gets to truth or dare. And obviously, I ask the girls truth or dare. They say dare. I say I dare you to kiss me. We kiss. It gets to my boy's turn, truth or dare. Truth, do you have a crush on one of us, right? Just the basics. And then the girls are up. And obviously my boy picks dare because he's thinking, okay, I gotta kiss you. That's gonna be my dare. Oh, her dare was I dare you to pull down your pants right now in front of everybody. And my boy kind of looks at me and he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Then they're like, no, you have to. We just kissed him. Like, you have to. Otherwise we're gonna leave. So my boy says, okay, pulls him down. Now it's my turn. They ask me truth or dare. I say dare. And she says, I dare you to lick it. I got up. I said, ain't no way I'm doing that, bro. She says, we'll both lick yours if you lick his. I look at him. I look at them. He's like, no, don't do it. We show up to the party, and the party is being thrown by the hockey team that had just knocked us out of the playoffs. It was this nice private Catholic school, so everybody at the school was super nice. They invited us to the party to be nice. They were honestly great people, but we took the invite to the party as a total insult. We were fuming. So we walk in, and we have a whole plan. One of the boys is going to go to one side of the basement. The other person is going to be standing by the punch bowl. The one friend who's not by the punch bowl falls down, and he acts like he's extremely hurt. Everybody rushes over towards him. He starts screaming. He's screaming, ow, my leg. Why did you do that? Everybody rushes towards him. There's probably 250 people. As I said, it was a private school. This basement was huge. 250 people rush over to the guy on the ground. Meanwhile, the guy standing by the punch bowl has a bottle of laxatives. Literally dumps the entire thing in. Now, while that is going on, I'm upstairs. As you guys know from the Globe incident, I'm a fan of stealing chargers. I think I always run out of chargers. I'm taking chargers. One of my boys pulls out a literal saw from his pants. He goes into his pants. He takes out a saw. He saws a hole in their wall, big enough for a picture frame. He pours mayonnaise all over it, and then we photoshopped a kid on their team kissing his mom. We put that in a frame. We put the frame in the hole in the wall. So now they have a giant hole in the wall with a Photoshop picture of this kid kissing his mom. Meanwhile, my friend in the basement just poured laxative in their punch. The next step and the most important step was we took all of their toilet paper, we took all of their paper towels, we took all of their towels, we took every single thing that you could possibly think of to wipe. We then had one person stay inside the party while everybody else just fled the scene. We were not getting caught there. We wanted to see the damage. This guy, he ends up sending us a video, and there is a line of literally 20 to 25 people waiting in line for the bathroom, which there's no toilet paper for, as half of the party is sprinting out of the door. They eventually called the cops, and the cops tried to question us, but we just denied it. I busted a fat one on my male cousin. And me and my cousin, we were best friends at the time. We were running a two-man with 2 girls that were way out of our league. These girls were the popular girls in school, and we weren't unpopular, but we were definitely not the popular kids. We were in that middle section. My cousin, he was my best friend. We would always do everything together. So these girls hit us up, and they said, we want to run a 2-man with you. We've heard some stories about you, and we think you guys are really funny. We'd love to run a 2-man. I'm like, sign me up! And so me and my cousin were hanging out with these girls. We put on a movie, and the parents weren't home. That's a big part of the story. The parents weren't home. So it's kind of like you could do whatever you wanted to in the basement. You could go to the kitchen. You could go into any room. It truly didn't matter. And that's when these girls say, but if we went to the master bedroom, it'd be way comfier in a bed. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, that is true. Like, I could just wash my parents' sheets. We could go up there right now. Whatever happens in their bedroom happens in their bedroom. Everything would be washed. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. And so my boy looks at me, he's like, ooh, these girls are freaks. I'm like, hell yeah, we got a pipe in the bedroom. We walk up to the bedroom, and we continue the movie there. And that's when, I start kissing my girl. He starts kissing his girl. And eventually they're like, let's switch. So I'm like, ooh, we getting freaky. So the girls switch. And I had never run a 2-man where you switch the girls like that, but I was still hype about it. So we're in my parents' bedroom. They pour stuff down. They start throwing us. One girl's throwing my boy. One girl's throwing me. And eventually they switch again. And now I'm trying to wonder, is that even sus? Like, I still don't know if that's sus. And I'm like, wow, these girls are some freaks, but you know what? I'm just glad to be there because honestly, this wasn't my normal scene. I'm just glad to be here with the popular girls. And if this is what the popular girls do, whatever. If that makes me a popular guy, I'll do it. And that's when I tell the girl, all right, it's about to happen. I'm about to bust. I'm about to bust. And that's when she looks at her friend, starts laughing, aims my shit at my cousin. Her friend takes out a phone. This is all within like 5 seconds. Her friend starts recording. I'm aimed at my boy, and she's going like this. Boom! Explosion all over my cousin. I start tweaking out. They send the video straight out of a movie scene. I lock eyes with a girl all the way across the room. We smile, we wave, and then she motions for me to go over. So I walk over to her, and we start talking. And quickly after we started talking, my friends are all laughing at me. They're pointing at me, they're laughing, and I figured it's because I'm spitting W-Riz with a girl who, she was a lot more muscular than I was used to. I never really went for a super gym muscular girl, but this girl was literally one of the strongest women I've ever seen in my life. I then quickly find out that she's a football fan and she's a huge sports fan. So I'm like, wow, this is actually the perfect girl. This could potentially be my wife. Hit it off all night. We keep talking. I introduce her to my friends, and they're just dying laughing the whole time. And I figured it's because they're having a couple drinks, they're having a couple brews. Anyways, me and this girl, we end up going to my car, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, wow, I've never met somebody quite like you that gets me. I told her, I feel like you're just the female version of myself, and I really do like that about you. We're like stargazing at this point through the sunroof in my car. I look over at her, and we start kissing, and then eventually things are starting to progress. You know, I'm squeezing the tushy, and eventually I move my hand to the front. I'm feeling the front, and I feel something, and it feels like a flashlight. And I look at her, and I said, what is that? What is that? And she goes, there's something I need to tell you. I said, oh my God, she has it. So I sprinted out of the car. I ran inside. All my boys are looking at me. They're laughing. They started calling me Mbappe. Ever since that day, I've been known as Mbappe. On one of my boys, so you know we had to get revenge. We had to cook up a revenge plan. So we had this thing that had been going well for us for so long. We would put on a yellow vest, walk into Walmart. You could pick up whatever you wanted, and you could just walk out of the store. So it would be like me and 3 of my boys. We'd put the yellow vest on. We'd walk into the back section. We'd find the biggest TV. We'd walk out with it. We'd sell it on eBay. Boom. Infinite money glitch that we had. But they were onto us because they started putting our pictures on the wall. They said, if you see these people, you know, arrest them immediately. Don't let them leave the store. They were onto us heavy. We're actually good friends with that girl who cheated on my boy's little brother, and we figured we were going to put him onto the method. But we knew that they were looking for us. Anytime somebody came in with a yellow vest, boom, instantly they're going to call the cops, instantly they're going to arrest him. So we get her little brother, we say, yo, walk in with this vest, it's been working for us. We show him our bank account, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. He says, all right, I'm in, but I'm a little worried about this. I don't know if I should do it. I said, nah, bro, you're fine, trust me. We've been doing it for years now. We've made this much money. Like, don't you want to have 50K in your bank account? You could have 50K in your bank account next week if you lock in. He says, all right, I'll do it, but again, I just don't feel great about it. So we sent him in, and right when we sent him in, I walked up to the Walmart employees that check your receipt, and I said, yo, isn't that one of the guys on the wall? She looks at the wall, it's a picture of us in the yellow vest. She goes, oh my God, that is him. Thank you so much for telling me. She calls the cops. They arrest him. My buddy's ex-girlfriend now had to deal with her little brother being in jail.